daylight savings day, I slept a lot, and it's only 8 because I got an extra hour, and it's glorious. Really needed that sleep too because I watched a ton of short films yesterday, like almost all of the short films we had on Criterion Channel that were directed by women, most of them, yes. And it was many hours of film watching, and I'm not going to um, talk about every single film because that would take me an hour. But I'm going to tell you the films I watched and then point out my favorites. So, I watched Sam Taylor Johnson's Love You More. I really liked this one. It's about two teenagers who um, notice that they both are after the same Buzzcocks single during the summer of 1978, which leads to an amorous get together and probably will lead to a summer fling. It's cute. It captures like both the obsession of music and the horniness of being a teenager all in one potent 15-minute short. Sam Taylor Johnson obviously would go out later and do the John Lennon biopic and 50 Shades of Grey, among other things. This is a great short. The next was Toward and Toward by Niki Lindroth von Bahr. I'm going to get back to Niki Lindroth von Bahr because she's a goddamn genius. And Toward and Toward is about a man who accidentally walks into the wrong apartment. He thinks it's his apartment. He meets the new tenant. His name is also Toward, and they become friends. Or do they? It's stop motion animation. It's amazing. The next one was The Strange Ones, which was directed by Christopher Radcliff and Lauren Wolkstein. It was made into a feature film that was released earlier this year. I have not seen it yet because I wanted to watch the short film first. Now that I've seen the short film, I'm looking forward to watching the feature. It's really about the way in which situations can always be a little nuanced, and you can be unsure of what you're hearing, seeing, what to believe, because everything is about points of view. The next film was Pepa San Martin's The Shower. It's about two women who are breaking up. One's about to immigrate to Mexico, and they have a lot of unsaid emotional baggage that is being worked out through who's going to take care of their cat. It's a very potent, again, short film. It is 10 minutes, and there's a lot of emotions unpacked and a very adorable cat. The next one was J.M. Mondesir by Alice Colomer-Kang, and it is a experimental short documentary type thing that is about the real life killing of a man by the police in 2002 and the way in which layers of information can change depending on who saw what and where they were standing and how they feel about things. And so similar to The Strange Ones, it's all about perception versus reality. Very timely in today's police murdering lots of people time. And the next one was Needle. It's about it's by Anahita Ghazvinizadeh. This is hard. There's too many syllables. Ghazvinizadeh. There we go. And Anahita Ghazvinizadeh. And it's about a girl whose parents are on the verge of divorce, and they want to get her ears pierced, and the way in which the parents are so sucked into fighting that they're using this girl as sort of collateral, and her own inability to speak up for herself in the midst of this situation. It's a little terrifying it's about getting her ears pierced, and it's a little terrifying, let's just put it that way. The next one is Amy Seimetz's When We Lived in Miami. It was shot during Hurricane Isaac, and it's about a marriage falling apart. Amy Seimetz is in a ton of indie cinema. She's in some of the very early mumblecore type things and some other indie film community coming out of Austin and the South. And this is just a great little film about trying to keep your kids from realizing that your family's falling apart. The next one was, again, Niki Lindroth von Bahr's films. They're so amazing. This one was called Bathhouse, and it's about a horse that runs a pool, and a whole bunch of really bad shenanigans ensue when a couple of wolves come, and one of them is sick, and a couple of no good teenage mice come and try to rob the place, and all the chaos that ensues. Fantastic film. Let's see, the next one was called Cailleach, and it was by Rosie Hillman. It's a documentary about an 86-year-old woman who lives on the south, in Scotland's Western Isles, and basically Cailleach is the Gaelic word for old woman, and she's so grateful to be this old woman, and she just talks about her life with sheep, and it's like old lady goals for sure. The next one was Monkey Love Experiments. This one made me cry. It's about a monkey during the 60s who thinks that he's being prepped to be the next monkey on the moon, and you realize that is not happening, but the monkey never does, and it's very sad and beautiful. It's directed by Will Anderson and Annalise Henderson, and hit me right in the feels. The next one was Skunk. This was one of my favorites. It's by Annie Silverstein, and it's about a girl who has a dog. Her mom won't let her keep the dog in the house. The dog is, it's a pit bull, and it's a little, spirited, and it kills a skunk, and she's taking it to the river to clean it when a no good teenage boy tries to convince her to let the dog become a dog fighter, and but she's 14 and she's flirting with this guy, and he's realizing that flirting is the way to manipulate her, and basically it's her sort of sexual coming of age, realizing that men are trash, and dogs are beautiful. And it's wonderful. I really, really enjoyed it. It reminded me of some of the early work of Andrea Arnold, actually. So this one is really, really good. I recommend it. It's a great teenage girl movie. Let's see. The next film was La Mallette Noire, or The Black Case. And according to the internet, it's a recreation of an actual event that happened in 1930. But it's very experimental, and I could not follow it. And then the ending happened, and I was like, wait, what? So it's beautifully shot, but I could not follow it. You probably have to watch it 5 times before you can understand what's happening. And the next one is Konstantina Kotzamani's Washingtonia, and I guess this is another one where I have no idea what this movie was about. There were giraffes, and there were palm trees that were dying, and there was a baker, and there was an old woman, and I don't know what was happening at all. I watched it, but I don't know. I don't know that this movie, like, it's very messes with your perception, because it never tells you enough to really understand what's happening. You get some basic ideas of what's happening, especially the end. The end made the most sense in this one, but also it still didn't make any sense whatsoever. But it was beautifully shot, so I don't know. It's those Greeks, like Yorgos. The next one was Saida, and this one I really loved. This was by Elnura Osmonalieva, and it's from Kazakhstan, and it's about a woman who loves riding her horse and loves her freedom, but she's of age now, and she's going to be in an arranged marriage with her father's friend's son, and per tradition, they have to kill her horse, and she's preparing for that and also trying to free this horse, and it is heartbreaking and sad, and you just want this girl to, like, have a better life. Traditions are all well and good, but sometimes they are misogynistic. In this case, they very much are. The next one was Pussy. This is amazing. I've heard about this film for a while from my coworker. I'm glad I finally watched it. It's by Renata Gasiorowska, and she's from Poland, and it's animated, and it's about a young woman who smokes some pot and wants to masturbate, but her pussy has other plans, and it is hilarious and amazing, and true work of genius. I really enjoyed it. The next one was Lily Baldwin Swallowed. Lily Baldwin started out as a contemporary dancer, and she uses dance in her films to communicate emotions. And in this film, it's about a young mother who's feeling swallowed by life, and that is being represented through some sort of being or something that is taking over her body and causing her to have convulsions and things, and she does it through dance. It's an interesting film. Had a lot to say. The next is And the Whole Sky Fit in the Dead Cow's Eye, and it's by Francisca Alegria. It's from Chile, and it's about a woman who's visited by the ghost of her old patron after all the cows on her farm dies, and she thinks that he's visiting for one reason, but the film has a whole nother thing to show you. It's magical realism. It's gorgeous. There's a great Q&A with Francesca talking about the films that she's currently developing, and they all sound amazing. So I'm looking forward to more from her. This definitely fits into that Northern South America magical realism tradition, um, like Marquez. So if you enjoy that, you'd enjoy this film. The next one was another Konstantina Kotzamani film called Limbo, and it was kind of about boys that may or may not have died and are stuck in limbo because they were unbaptized and they're trying to find a dead whale. I think that's what it was about, but it was very atmospheric and it was definitely trying to be kind of Terrence Malick-y, and it didn't quite work for me. The next one was The Burden. This was Niki, Lindroth von Bahr again, and it's a musical set in like maybe a mall with all these people singing about the shit lives they have, and it's fucking amazing. There's these fish that sing about why they've checked into a long-term hotel, and like monkey call service center people and all kinds of stuff. And I just think Niki Lindroth von Bahr is the greatest director, and I can't wait to see more from her because I've seen 3 of her shorts now, and they're so friggin' brilliant. I love them. Love them. The next one is Call of Cuteness. It's by Brenda Lean. It's supposed to be a um, commentary on neoliberalism through the gaze of cat videos and the way in which we turn cats into commodities. I don't know that it quite works without the explanation, but it gets real gross towards the end. So it starts out kind of cute and then ends up really, really awful. So be ready for that. The next one was Harat. It's by Jessica Bashir, and it's about a man who, for the last 35 years, has gone into the night and hung out with hyenas, and it's really otherworldly, even though it's a documentary. And I think it's a documentary. And the hyenas are gorgeously shot, and it's just beautiful nighttime photography. And a man who just loves animals. And so, for those who love animals, this is a good one. The next one is Dear Boy. It's from Sweden, I think, and it's Katsirna Konadek. No, she wouldn't be Sweden. The name like that. I'm not sure what country this was from, but basically, it's a man who's born with antlers, and his father is a hunter, and it's from Croatia, or Poland, and about the way in which parents can destroy their own children by trying to change them. And I think it's supposed to be maybe an allegory for homosexuality, but I'm not 100% sure. But that's what it seemed like. And then the final one was Lucy Knox's An Act of Love, and it's about 2 twins who are about to come of age, and one twin still wants them to be exactly the same, and the other twin is clearly having hesitations. And all this comes to a head, and the one girl finally allows the other girl to sort of be her own person. And it's about the uniqueness of twindom. So all of these are on Criterion Channel right now, plus a few more that I'm going to watch. They're amazing. Check them out. Criterion Channel was such a great resource for films, short films by women, and it's going to be a huge loss. But all over the internet, that said, all over the internet, there are short films by women on Vimeo. There's short films on women by M2M. There's short films by women all over the place. Find them, watch them, check them out. Short films are calling cards, and how these women will later get to direct features. So watch their shorts and talk about them and help them move forward, unless they just want to be short filmmakers, which is a whole thing. Anyways, lots of great cinema. I have so much more to watch today. It's not even 9 a.m. yet. I don't even know. Daylight savings time. Fantastic. Have a good day.